Hey y'all, it's Reap back with another Warframe video. As of this past Wednesday, Technocyte Coda has finally arrived in Warframe. Thank God, we've been waiting for it for a long time, but it's finally here. And as I promised, I would make a video on how to kill a Technocyte Coda for you guys. And let me just say this, it is such a better lich system than Sisters of Parvos and Kuva liches are. While they technically work very similarly to Kuva liches and Sisters of Parvos, they're pretty different too. They're a lot easier to kill. They don't take nearly as much time. So before we do anything, let's go over some prerequisites. Now, the first prerequisite that you are going to want to make sure you have before you even attempt to spawn a coda is to make sure you have these things called antivirus mods. They are 1999 versions of Requiem mods, and the way you get those is from a special bounty in Holvania Central Mall. So let's go there right now just so we can see where that bounty is. Alright, now that we're here, we want to go to the garage for the bounty board. And you will see a new bounty has shown up at the end of the bounty board, and this is the antivirus bounty. Now, it depends on what the requirement for the bounty is. Right now, this is a very bad bounty because this will take forever, capturing 5 legocytes. So ideally you want to wait until the mission is either a hell scrub or an exterminate with a relatively easy side objective. Once there is a good bounty, then you can run that as much times as you need to get all the antivirus mods you want. But one quick thing to note, on Steel Path, this bounty gives 11,250 standing. This is easily the fastest way to grind 1999 rep, and you'll need it because there are new weapons there are 4 new weapons, I think, that are Sculptor weapons that you can buy from the new members of the Hex. And they require around 120,000 standing. I'm saving up for it right now, and this bounty is easily the quickest way you can get that standing while also getting your antivirus mods. So, there are 8 antivirus mods in total. Bite Right, Worm Away, Trojan Tracker, Soft Safe, Drive Duster, Keep Clean, Anti-V, and Computer Cop. Ideally, before you start a Technocyte Coda at all, you want all 8. You want at least one of all 8 mods. Because if you start that Coda and you test all your antivirus mods and it happens to be the one you don't have, you cannot kill it until you have that antivirus mod. Next thing. Now, Technocyte Codas don't really have a leveling system like Kuva liches and Sisters of Parvos do. Their main system is filling up an antivirus disinfection bar, since the Techrot are technically infecting your 1999 computer and infecting your that's the best way I can put it, is infecting your 1999 computer, and you have to use antivirus mods to disinfect and kill the Coda. So the antivirus mod by itself is only going to do 5% out of 100% on the disinfection bar, but there is a way to speed that up. So the other kind of Parazon mods that we have are called potency mods. These mods make it substantially faster to build up disinfection on your Coda. So, as I said before, these mods will only do 5% by themselves once you find out the right antivirus mod. But once you know the right antivirus mod, you can use that one antivirus mod and then slap on 2 potency mods, and you'll get a varying amount of disinfection depending on what potency mods you like to put on. And then I will go over that once we spawn the Coda and start working on it. But next, I don't think there's much to do other than to spawn it and then go from there. So let's go spawn a Coda. Alright, so the ideal spot to spawn a Technocyte Coda will be on Exterminate Techrot Manor. And you can do it in Steel Path or regular. I just prefer to do it in Steel Path because enemies die too fast in regular Star Chart.
Their rage is vehement, their focus impressive. Give them all warriors death.
So when you start, you just do the mission like normal. Just go on killing enemies, and then once you see this, the Techrot will drop a unique resource that came out with the update to spawn a Coda. So once you see that symbol right there, that means a Techrot has dropped what you need to spawn your Coda. So you pick it up, and then it will mark a PC for you right over there. And provided you have the thing in your hand, you access okay, hang on. Enemies attacking me. But once you have provided you have the thing in your hand, you access the PC. I'm gonna cipher it because I hate these hacks. And notice how it says Coda worm num num up in the corner right there. You cipher that, and Arthur will talk to you.
Hungry, taking on a new form. I think it's trying to become the online boys.
Alright, once you have that dialogue from Arthur, you know you've created a Technocyte Coda. So you can usually get this done pretty early in the Exterminate mission, and if you don't want to go through the rest of the mission, what I like to do is just abort it and go back to my ship. And then once you close out of the mission screen, your Coda will talk to you.
Woo! Oh yeah, bro! My muscles are pumped!
Electric Pickles. That's a funny name. Okay, so now we have a Technocyte Coda. And you can always view its stats by going down to this screen going down to this icon right here and clicking it.
Hey, can I get a spot from you?
Now, as you will notice, this is quite different than a Kuvaliter Sister of Parvos. Antivirus over here is not like your traditional Requiems. We will go over that. And their rewards, you'll notice it doesn't have a weapon like Sisters or Kuvaliches do. Instead, to get Coda weapons, their Technocyte Coda will drop a resource called Live Heart Cells. And according to what I know so far, you need around 130 to get all the Coda weapons that have been released so far. So that's around 13 Technocyte Codas. From what I've noticed, they'll drop around 11 to 15 heart cells, depending on just your luck. And then they'll give you a poster most of the time, an emote, and sometimes an ephemera. And you'll see right here, it does not have a level. It just has a malware disinfection bar. And this is what we want to get up to 100% so we can make sure we can kill it. And that's where antivirus comes in. So, and if you need an official tutorial from the game, here is one. So, an unlikely adversary, the Techrot has spawned grotesque clones of the band online known as Technocyte Codas. Antivirus mods are used to disinfect the coda, which can be earned from the bounty. And then you will encounter your Technocyte Codas much easier than you will encounter your sisters or your Kuvaliches. And they'll show up in pairs. And then, so, rather than just explain it with all that music going on, I'm going to explain it right about now, just so we can get the basics out of the way, and then we'll go from there. Alright, the basics of Technocyte Coda. The first thing you want to do before you start hunting it is mod your Parazon. Now, unlike Kuvaliches and Sisters of Parvos, when you stab your coda, it will not test just the first mod you have. It will test all three to see if one of them is the compatible antivirus. You do not need to worry about putting your mods in a specific order. You just need to find the correct antivirus mod. So this is the first stage of Technocyte Coda, is plotting 3 random antivirus mods onto your Parazon and then waiting for your coda to show up and testing it. And if it doesn't work, then you test other antivirus mods until the one you need shows up, and you can then use that one antivirus mod and put some potency mods on it to make the antivirus bar go up faster. So, once that is done, you are ready to hunt your Technocyte Coda. So, the best way I have found to be able to farm Technocyte Codas is in the following order: Legocyte Harvest, Techrot Exterminate, Scaldra Exterminate, and Techrot Hill Scrub. You'll notice right there in the bottom right corner that it says duet chance 25%. A duet is when your Technocyte Codas show up in a pair, and that's your opportunity to stab it and see if you have the right antivirus mod. Right now it's at 25%, but each mission it will go up by 25%. So if I do this Legocyte Harvest and I don't get my coda to show up, the chance will go up to 50% here, then 75%, and then 100%. So you'll get a guaranteed coda spawn within 4 missions. And this is keeping in mind if you're extremely unlucky. Codas usually spawn within 2 missions, sometimes 3. It rarely goes without spawning until the 4th mission. So, now that we have the basics out of the way, actually, there's one more aspect to go over.
Drives me nuts when tabloids pick on Packet, man. Just let them be young, you know?
These,
Have some fun.
dude, shut up. Okay, and then it's not that. If you're concerned with fashion frame, I have bad news for you. Can I zoom in on my Nasia? Your Technocyte Coda, as long as it's active, will have a cyst on your Warframe's neck, like a helmet cyst. So if you are concerned about that ruining your fashion, kill it right away. Anyway, now that we've gone over the basics, let's start hunting the Technocyte. Okay, as I said before, we're going to start with the Legocyte capture mission. Now, from my experience, the Technocyte Coda does not normally show up on this mission. And so you're just going to want to play these missions normally. It's not like Kuva Liches or Sisters of Parvos where you have to worry about stabbing their minions. You just have to play missions normally and kill enemies normally, as you always would. So there's not really much point to me showing you gameplay here. I'm just outlining the things you guys need to know in terms of how Codas are different from Liches. And this is one of the major differences. You don't have to worry about stabbing anything from Requiem progress. You can just play missions until your Coda shows up. So until my Coda actually shows up, I will stop recording and just wait for that moment to happen. And see you later. Coda has just spawned into an exterminate mission, so now we are going to test all 3 of our antivirus mods that we currently have on the Parazon to see if we can identify which one is the correct one.
But if you're into jocks, there's only one guy here that's your type. It's me.
They have pretty weird dialogue considering they're mimicking a boy band, but anyway, whittle down their HP. They're considerably less tough than Liches, and then stab one of them. If you see an animation like this, that means you're golden. You have one correct, and there's the correct disinfection mod. Now, normally, you're... Shut up, Victor. Oh my god.
You will suffer for this in a million future lives of surpassing wretchedness. Stormfall units, descend.
Okay, so normally, you'll be able to figure out your antivirus mod that you're going to use within 1 to 2 stabs. It's very rarely going to take 3. That's if you're extremely unlucky. And even then, you don't get consequences for stabbing your Coda like you do for stabbing your sister or Lich. They don't level up at all. They don't get any tougher. So there's no consequence to stabbing it. Anyway, now that we're done with this exterminate mission, let's get back and go over how to mod a Parazon now, since we know our antivirus mod. Now that we've properly identified our antivirus mod, when you go to your Parazon modding screen, all the antivirus mods will be blocked out in favor of the one you have found that is the right antivirus mod. In this case, it's Drive Duster. So what I like to do when I figure out the antivirus mod that I need, I put the antivirus mod that you need at the front, and I get rid of the other 2. And then it's your choice on what potency mods you want to put in here to kill your Lich faster. What I like to do is throw one 15% disinfection potency mod on here, and it gives you free credits for each stab, which is always nice. And then I also like to throw on Turbo Protect for 10% disinfection and 25% chance to drop another antivirus mod, because you can really never have enough of these. And other good ones would also be Threat Blocker. This gives you a chance to get a potency mod from stabbing your Coda. This one is the most common one, Immuno Shield, but what I like to use is Instant Secure and Turbo Protect for the free credits, 15% disinfection, and 10% disinfection, but the chance to get an antivirus mod. Now, you could use Quick Correct to get a live heart cell, but it's much easier just to kill the Coda to get your live heart cell than use this mod. And then Immuno Shield is pretty useless. That gives you 5,000 affinity. And then I may as well show you guys while we're here, you can transmute these into new potency mods. So if it says your potency mod is corrupted, select 4 of them, transmute it, and it'll turn it into a new one. And that works with antivirus mods too, but you're not going to get your antivirus mods to be running out of charges very much. So one more thing before we actually start disinfecting the antivirus, or before we start disinfecting the Coda so we can kill it, we should go over how charges work on these mods. So, antivirus mods only lose a charge when the Coda is fully disinfected and ready for killing. Potency mods lose charge every time you stab a Coda. So these are going to go much faster than your antivirus mods. But you're going to get a ton of them from Techrot. Techrot drop a lot of potency mods. So, now that we know the antivirus mod that we need to use, we just play missions in the same order we were until the Coda spawns in, and then we proceed in disinfecting it until the bar reaches 100%. Right now, the bar is at 15%. And that is, I'm not sure why it starts at 15% right there, because if you were paying attention to when I stabbed it, it only gave me 5% disinfection. So unless I'm not paying attention and it starts with some disinfection, I don't know. But anyway, it starts at 15%, and the mods I use always give 30% disinfection every time I stab it. So that equates to around 3 stabs to the Coda before you can kill it. Overall, this is a much faster way of killing an adversary than the other two methods, so you can get a Coda done in around 30 to 40 minutes, if provided you're lucky, and if you're extremely unlucky, it'll still only take around an hour. So, let's start disinfecting the Coda. Alright, the Technocyte Coda has spawned in once again, so now we actually know the antivirus mod and we have some potency mods, so we're going to start the disinfection. So down both of them, doesn't matter which one you stab. So stab it, and your disinfection will vary. Mine goes to 30%. It can go to up to 40%, I believe, and as low as 20% or 10%, depending on how many and what potency mods you use. But as you saw there, my potency mods did lose a charge. As I said before, you're going to need to be swapping your potency mods quite a bit. And let's just take a look at that disinfection bar now. Okay, it's not going to update until I actually get back to the ship, but that was 30% disinfection right there. So now we have to carry on with the disinfection. Just keep stabbing it every time it shows up. And once it reaches 100%, we get to do a railjack confrontation. So I'll show you guys every time I stab it, just to show you how fast we can fill up its bar. So see you when it shows up next. Right, here they are again.
It's me.
Oh, I forgot to equip an antivirus mod. Oh well. That'll still be one more stab until it's dead. Anyway, see you guys next stab. Here they are again for the last stab.
It's me.
And as you see right there, the Coda will flee to Earth Proxima for the showdown. Now this showdown is quite different than the other ones, so we will record how to finally kill your Coda once it's fled to Earth. So, as I said, Technocyte Codas are a lot quicker than Liches and Sisters. At most, they will only take you like 40 minutes or so. Like, this Coda took me 35 minutes. So provided you have normal luck and not bad luck, you'll be able to get your Coda done really fast. There's not a whole lot to Technocyte Codas, and honestly, that's refreshing because I know how complicated the Lich system is, and not a lot of people like that, and overall the Lich system takes a long time to get through compared to the Coda system. Anyway, I will see you guys at the confrontation. Alright, now that the Technocyte Coda has its disinfection bar at 100%, we are ready to go confront it and kill it. So, as with Kuvalich's and Sisters of Parvos, your Technocyte Coda confrontation will be in a Railjack mission, this time in Earth Proxima. Now, this Railjack mission is a little bit different than the others. It's called Technocyte Coda Concert. You have level 100 Techrot to deal with, and overall it shouldn't be too much of an issue, because Techrot are kind of weak, but... So we'll play through this whole mission, and I'll explain how different it is.
This railjack is compromised. Cannon offline. Take the towers
So,
down.
that infested mass over there is the stadium where the Technocyte Coda are performing. To get there, those two marks on the map right there are speakers that we need to destroy before we can get in the stadium. So, once you fly close enough to a speaker, it'll kick you out of your pilot seat, and some Techrot will board your railjack. So you need to take care of the borders before you can do anything. I like to charge up my incarnates here before, so I don't have to do it during the boss fight. If I can find a head to shoot. There we go. Ah, god damn it. Got rid of Karnan on my Torrid. Anyway, there will generally be around 30 Techrot boarding you. And then once you kill them all, you have to go around and destroy 2 hives on your railjack before you can destroy the speaker itself. So now it says destroy the speaker. So we go back to the turret and melt the speaker with some gunfire until it breaks. And now we have to do it one more time. We have to do it one more time with the other speaker. Now to destroy the second speaker, and once the speakers are destroyed, the infested mass around the stadium will disappear and you can infiltrate it.
Crew, their security is weakened. Bum rush this show.
Now once you're in the stadium, you have to do a little something to get to the boss fight. It's not that big. But here's your opportunity to cast abilities like Mesmer Skin. I would recommend bringing Revenant because this boss does have some attacks that are pretty hard to dodge and will kill you. So you have to destroy these screens, and then it will let you into the. It'll let you into the stadium itself. And let's watch this cutscene for the Coda. There they are, the sons of bitches. So, the fight will start out with the Coda being completely invulnerable. You need to kill the Techrot that are rushing the mosh pit. And you get to listen to boy band music the whole time it's happening. And then they are attacking me, but it's just hard to notice because I'm playing Revenant. What? Anyway, now that the Coda jump out at you, you can use a weapon like the Torrid and absolutely demolish them if it switches to Incarnon. So you have to knock all 5 of them down to transition into the next phase. And then the next phase is a lot like the first. They're still attacking you. Their attacks will get a little bigger in severity. It's hard to notice me getting hurt at all because I'm using Revenant. But those stage lasers are deadly. They can one-shot you. If they hit you, they will do double damage. And that double damage is pretty severe. Anyway, here come the Coda. And it's time to kill them. So again, just do the same general thing, depleting each of their health bars. When it makes that noise, you know you're done and you can kill it. So now, you walk up to your Coda, it'll say Purge. Weird camera angle. Anyways, now, you have the choice to convert or vanquish. If you want the live heart cells, you vanquish it. But you can convert it if you want an ally. But since we want the live heart cells, we're going to kill it. And now, we go back to the railjack. I'm using an Omni, but you can use that SFH right there. And that is the confrontation. Pretty simple, but pretty fun for what it is. So now, we can go back to the dojo and we'll go over rewards and what to do with them. Alright, once you leave your dojo, you will get mail from Ordis confirming you killed your Coda. And you'll get your live heart cells, your poster, your emote, and your ephemera if it came with one. And that is Technocyte Coda. Pretty simple, pretty fun, and I don't know. I really like this new lich system. It's pretty fun. So now the only thing left to go over is what to do with your live heart cells. Now, live heart cells are, of course, the rare resource that Technocyte Codas drop when you kill them. They are used to get Coda weapons from Eleanor at Holvania Mall, and they cost 10 live heart 10 live heartstrings each. Is that what they're called? I already forgot. Anyway, they cost 10 each, and there are 13 Coda weapons, so they you need at least 130 to get them all. So we'll go to Holvania Mall just to understand where to get these weapons, in case anyone doesn't know where Eleanor is. You know, it's just fast travel, Eleanor Nightingale, and she will have an option. Okay, Eleanor. And she'll have an option that says Coda weapons here. So, like Ergo Glass Tenet weapons, these Coda weapons rotate on a 4-day timer. So there are 13 of them in total, and I believe she has 6 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So there will be 6. There will be 6 to choose from every 4 days, 7 to choose from every 4 days. So right now we've got the Bass Assist, Cost Assist, Hirudo, Path Assist, Synapse, and Tysis. So Live Heart Cell, that's what they're called. And then, as far as I know, they will have random elements attributed to them, but with the new system, you can change your element at will, as far as I know. So you don't have to worry about waiting for a specific element. But these are all Coda weapons we can pick up, and they cost 10 each. And that's mainly what you're doing Technocyte Codas for, is to get these weapons.
Let's do this again.
And that is it. That is your full guide on how to do a Technocyte Coda efficiently and hopefully well. They are not even a week old yet, so there will perhaps be more efficient methods in the future. But however, this is the quickest way I can envision getting one done right now. So if you enjoyed the video, I would highly appreciate a like or a subscribe. And so thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next Warframe video. Thank you. Bye.